Hello, beautiful. I'm Marie, the owner of Bohemian Visions, and welcome to my studio and gallery located in the Fan in Uptown, Richmond, Virginia. Let me tell you how I found this amazing studio located in the Fan. I call it a divine accident. I was actually driving to go take a look at another location because in 2023, I made the decision that I wanted a permanent home for Bohemian Visions instead of lugging around the infamous body bag, the 100-pound body bag. And so something told me, take the long way to my destination instead of the highway. And I drove down Main Street and something told me to look to the left. And anyone who's very spiritual, anyone who believes in divine being, divine intervention will understand. Like, you get that gut feeling, you get that intuition that says, look to the left or look to the right. You feel that spirit. Well, something told me, look to the left while I was driving down Main Street. And all of a sudden, I see this building and there's a for lease sign. And I'm like, wait, hold up. I've combed through every single classifieds, every single for rent. I do not remember seeing this. I did a quick check and I'm like, oh my God, this is the perfect spot. And what I had envisioned was exactly what I wanted. Split level, I wanted a gallery to showcase my art. I wanted a second level to be a fully functional studio designed exactly how I wanted. And I am so grateful because when I came to look at it, it was actually about to be rented out to someone else and I almost cried. And then I sent an email prior to finding out this information and they're like, yeah, they're gonna rent it out. And the deal fell through. So the broker was like, do you still wanna look at the building? I was like, yes, I do, absolutely, absolutely, yes. And so from there is this history. And the beautiful thing is, even though this building is leased, the owner allowed me to strip it down exactly how I wanted it, redesign the entire layout to build my perfect studio. So what was my inspiration for building the studio? I have been a full-time boudoir photographer for 5 years and I have shot hundreds of clients and I thought about them. I've shot men, I've shot curvy plus size women, I've shot couples. And many times they would have requests that either I could not fulfill or I did fulfill. So the studio was designed with them in mind. I wanted everyone to feel inclusive. I wanted my couples to reconnect with each other, to feel sexy, to remind each other of how they fell in love. I wanted my plus size curvy ladies to feel sexy at any size. I wanted my men to feel vulnerable and tap into a side of themselves that otherwise society would not let them. And I also wanted everyone in between who identify as other, whether they're trans or non-binary, to find a place that was safe, inclusive, where they could let their inhibitions go. So the mood and the vibe of the studio, the way I would describe it is bohemian, vintage, opulent luxury. You just have to see it. The bathroom is out of this world. I combed through Pinterest, Instagram to look for inspirations. The bathroom is designed for my plus size curvy ladies to be completely submerged in the tub, for my couples to enjoy a shower together without having to bump into each other. There's a lot of room, there's a lot of space. The studio was designed for you to let your imagination go, to let your innovations down, to fulfill a fantasy that you might have, to feel sexy, to feel vulnerable, to let go. And so I photograph everything that is well within reason. If you have certain particularities, I can definitely accommodate. If you want to fulfill a fantasy, the studio is designed for you to fulfill that fantasy in mind. So if you are ready to step outside of your comfort zone, if you are ready to take your inhibitions down, to live out a fantasy, if you are a couple that wants to reignite your intimacy, if you are a male identifying individual who wants to feel vulnerable, who wants to tap into a more sensual side that otherwise would not have the space to do so, if you are a femme presenting individual, whether you're trans or otherwise, come see me and we can go ahead and make that happen. Until next time, do you, be you, love you.